So anyway, I'm like laughing at myself. They, you know, oh, well, the windmill still isn't going. I mean, the wind's, oh, it'll blow. Not when I got the camera on it, but anyway. So, as I said, on my other, it's like I took it all apart and got steel bolts. Lots and lots of steel bolts. See that steel bolt? Oh, can you see it? Yeah, there. 1/4 inch, 1/4 20. And I bolted it together. And as I started to bolt it together, I swear this thing just started to take its own form. And it's like, I constructed this in Santa Barbara about 20 years ago when I was in the cabin on Paradise Road, knowing full well I was moving to Hawaii. I had no idea this is where I was going to end up. Well, it's kind of funny because on one of my trips here, I camped right down there by the beach down here on the point and spent time. So, and then I came back to work on that movie, and oh man, it's nice. Well, I ate that pineapple. I'm watching this one. Yeah, where is it? There it is. So, anyway, I got my geodesic dome finally assembled with steel bolts. I have this whole thing with a friend of mine about steel. I mean, I was looking at the videos of these guys that are doing them out of plastic with tie-ties, but oh, this is so much different. This is like, what, 1/2 inch electric tubing, thin wall tubing? Pretty, you know, I'm gonna check and see how much weight. I think I can hang my own weight on the center. We'll see. So underneath here, well, this is my compost pile. It's been sitting here for a year, year and a half. Boy, this stuff just takes forever, ever. And you know, it goes, well, let me show you. What I had a rude awakening. See this? See these? I had these full of compost, full, all the way up here. Now it's all that's down there is about 4 inches, and I'm going, well, this isn't going to work. So I'm rethinking that whole idea completely. Still hoping I've got worms in my worm farm here. Got it hard to know. And this is definitely producing kale. This, cover it with mesh and a moat to keep these kiddie pools are great, except there's no more for sale. I've been to 3 places, nobody's got them. I don't know, somewhere. Oh, I'm going to cover the dome with this stuff. I thought not only does it cool color, well, that might be kind of weird, call attention to itself here in the neighborhood. That might not. But, and then I got some more mosquito netting. See, I'm not quite sure. I think those guys said it takes about, night before last. Yeah, so things are sort of perking up. I mean, you want to know how much water this thing collected it. And I'm thinking a couple inches of water in the bottom of that thing, just in this spot. So we got a lot of rain, 2 inches. So on, oh boy, look at that that Chinese celery. That's something weird. It's getting better. I mean, it's actually healthier. Everything else looks worse. This was looking better. So I'm kind of loving living in my container. You know, my shipping container. There's my kitchen with tomatoes. I don't know, are there any tomatoes? Yeah, there's some tomatoes. Kitchen with tomatoes. Solar panel. High frequency speakers. Sound system. Yeah, so, you know, a little bit of to get some drip irrigation stuff, right? You see it? Drip, drip, drip. There it is. Anyway, and I go around asking and nobody's got it. So I had to, you know, think about things. What can you do? And so I ordered it online. So I went and bought a thing. See, I got this hose thing here. And this is my drip irrigation line. It's hooked onto a hose. And the hose just goes into the bottom of the tank. And it's just pure old simple siphon, man. No pumps, no nothing. And I don't know. I just think I better. Drip irrigation is like the answer. Come on. Even on the wet side of Hawaii where we have droughts, they don't seem to think they have droughts. Oh, here's my second pineapple. I don't know if you're supposed to pick them or can you see it there? Oh, there. So I got the dome up. This is going to be my doorway. You might ask why this one, because this is the north-south axis. This is north and the south over there. The properties here aren't laid out north-south. So I'm starting to put some chicken wire around. And then I'll put plastic on that. So I got drip irrigation going everywhere. It's tripping me out. I set it up yesterday. Even on my grapefruit tree here. It's gonna grow green, man. It's gonna change colors, change leaves. It's got the weirdest kind of leaves I mean, they're all twisted and got stuff growing on them. I don't know. What do I know? City kid. So these are growing real good. It's gonna be a hedge. There's another one over there. Well, they sure started off good. And now, of course, my chocolates. My chocolate with a drip, drip, drip. Happy. Woo! Happy, happy. This one's happy. Look at this. Back from the dead. Yeah. Yeah, I cleaned up all of this. Put the ginger. I'm growing all kinds of ginger here. And some pineapples. Coconut tree. Gotta have a coconut tree. Papaya tree. What, avocado? No, those avocados. Whoa. They're avocados. I don't even eat them. Oh, so here we are. So I cleaned up this whole side over here. This whole side, I just cleaned it all off. more trash here. The growing idea wasn't any good. I've changed it. I've got the same baskets, but I'm putting plastic inside, and then I'm putting compost. But the compost just disappeared so fast. So I got some aloe vera in here. I dug up all my aloe veras that I had around the yard. I started. I got a bunch of them. Got a bunch of them over there. And this is just compost floor in here under all that plastic. So there we are. So I was gonna walk away from my camera here and leave this wireless mic and see how this signal is, you know, when I'm walking around. I'll be very curious. I just bought it. I used to have one, but yeah, maybe I better get back up a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to walk over around here. So what I'm doing is I'm just, you know, unraveling this stuff all the way around. I thought I'd get more than one, but it looks to me like I'm getting like, maybe it's only 50 feet long. It's 10 cords, 10, what do you call these cords? Or 5 feet, so that's, the diameter is 50 feet. So I'm thinking maybe that's all I got in the way of wire is 50 feet. So, you know, it's all part of the fun, building domes. I mean, this is, to be honest, this is the first dome I've ever built. I built this metal structure in Santa Barbara, and I assembled it once and took it apart and wrapped it up and made it ready for Hawaii. Whew. Oh, man. Whew. Yeah, so that's probably 50 feet for, anyway, I mean, big seams here. Haven't quite figured out how to take the seams out yet. But we'll figure something out here. I mean, you know, it's not rocket science. Oh, speaking of rocket science. So anyway, around we go. I wanted to see how this wireless microphone worked. But I also want to take you into my yeah, so I spent the last 2 or 3 days welding this. I welded up this frame, and then I put some wood on it, and then my batteries are on the frame. Real nice and sanitary, very clean job. Did a nice job of putting my wires, my wires coming in from my windmill, and there's my solar panel, you know. And I got this table for my refrigerator. But yeah, I've had so much fun getting all this charge control there in the middle. Yeah, it all works great. So now I can see the microphone works. I can see it moving. So like, look, I mean, you know, might not mean a whole lot to you, but 12.3 volts is real. I mean, I got the sun, but I've got my refrigerator going and I'm still cranking 12 volts. in my batteries, and my batteries are all charged. Yeah, it's working. Took me a while to put this together, but made a few mistakes, to put it mildly.